was caught in the middle of nothing and no one.
So I used to be a songwriter. When I say used to, it's been a good decade and I haven't been able to write, and I used to be prolific. Even now I feel that there's just this pool of creativity just bubbling underneath the surface, right? I feel like if I put my mind to it and I sat down and I could write a song, I feel it's there, but I can never grab it, you know?
So what is it that sets our pens floating effortlessly across that page? Sets our fingers gliding across the keys? What inspires beautiful poetry and haunting melodies that inspire others in turn? What if that flow of ideas becomes so loud, so busy, such a cacophony, that it seems impossible to put to form? And what about when it all just stops?
It was 12 years ago. I was awoken at about 6 a.m. My flatmate says to me, "Damien, I've just had a call from overseas. Your father's died. He's been in an accident." I said, "I'm going to call Mum." And by the time I got upstairs, I'd finally woken up enough to kind of realise what he'd said. And you know, I called my mum, who's in a different country in New Zealand. And the moment that someone answers the phone who doesn't live at that house, you know something's up. And it kind of became real. I was arriving back in New Zealand, just got off the plane from an overseas trip with some mates. It's been 5 months touring with this band and filming everything they did. An airport security guard is waiting for me and he says, "Damien, you need to call your mum." Turns out my brother's passed away the night before. Suddenly, unexpectedly. Like it was always heartache that inspired me to write songs, but this tragedy just seemed to completely block my flow of creativity, to the point that I haven't been able to write since.
Just to play for you the songs I never wrote would be enough.
Those who have been through tragedy, have been through loss, how do they turn that and take that and turn it into something artistic and beautiful that can have meaning and maybe even help others?
It can be really frustrating when you just feel like you just have nothing really to say and you're just literally staring at a blank page and you just can't come up with anything.
Like as a writer, like you can feel very lonely because it is very just you and your pen and paper or you and your laptop. I think a lot of people just kind of give up.
My family's originally from South Africa and it was kind of a really tough time, I guess, to move countries. You know, it was the first time I ever had to go to school in English, and the kids weren't particularly nice to me. So I kind of had that distinct experience of being the outsider. And it was actually around this time when I was about 12, 13 when I actually wrote my first ever song.
When I was writing The Stringless, I had several years of kind of struggling with anxiety and depression, especially because I was diagnosed with a degenerative eye condition that there's no cure for. Focusing on my writing and creativity helped me get through it.
The things that you go through are the things that inform your writing. If you have no life experience or nothing has happened to you, you don't really have anything to write about.
I went through a bizarre season where I found myself really angry, and I found that every time I wrote that I'd feel a lot better.
So that's what I want to do. I'm going to try through this project to create something that I'm proud of and that I feel honours my family and the memory of those that I've lost.
Memory was heavy. Just beneath my skin, it seemed a burning fire. If I could ever get these feelings down, what would you hear? I've no idea now.
I guess it's almost like therapy. Like, it's something that I use to process emotions and to deal with who I was.
Sometimes I just need to write what I do know. I know it will come, and sometimes it could just be, as I said, just writing random words on a page until something makes sense.
It's about willing to be open instead of putting a block up and not wanting to process it.
I don't think I was ready to kind of let that part of myself out, but I'm also putting my family out there as well. Maybe there's a part of me that felt like I didn't have a right, and I just need to be willing to sort of bare my soul.
This is something I need to do. Like, this is something that my soul needs.
The rest of my writing was generally about other people's experiences, not my own. And to write about something incredibly personal and kind of traumatic for me was just another step I had to take.
Though our family's incomplete, you make me whole. You love me though you've seen me at my worst. I pray I never need another verse.